Welcome to the Elemental Science Show, where we take the complexities of teaching science and break it down into building blocks you can use in your home. Okay, it's time to admit it out loud. There's been a time in your life when you've thought, do I really have to teach science at home? Can I just skip over that subject? Well, I'm here to tell you, as you can probably guess, that the answer is no. We need to teach science in our homes. But why? Today we're going to go over a couple of reasons. Some of them are practical, and some of them are a little more ideological. But by the end, I hope you'll understand that teaching science is super important in your home. Let's begin. So we'll start with the practical reasons for teaching science in our homes. First of all, high schools require students take several courses in science in order to receive their diploma. Sometimes this lab sciences, or sometimes it can just be a survey of a science course. But either way, your students are going to need at least 1 or 2 courses in the sciences before they graduate. So wouldn't it be better to start introducing those concepts early and often so that by the time they get to high school, it's not so scary? The second practical reason is because every major university expects students to have at least several of these courses on their transcripts. So if your student intends on going to college at all, they're going to need to have taken a few courses in science before they get there, and they may even have to take a few once they arrive. So it's a good idea to go ahead and give them a strong foundation heading into college if that's the path that they've chosen to do. So let's look at 2 different ideological reasons for teaching science to our students. The first purpose is that science will give students a better awareness of what's around them. Science is around us every single day. It's in the way the butterfly flies. It's in the bloom of the flower. We can see pollination happening. We can see gravity holding us down each day so we don't float off into space. All these concepts and the things we see, the mixing of our Kool-Aid, can all be described with science. So when we teach our children science, it gives them a better awareness of what's going on around them. And they learn the whys behind the things that they see taking place every day. Another ideological reason is that science helps to train your brain to think in a logical manner. We've all heard of the scientific method. You know, that formula that scientists use to approach a problem. They ask a question. They do a little research. They formulate a hypothesis that's an educated guess of what they think will happen or what they think explains what they see. Then they perform an experiment. They gather some results and make some observations. They analyze that data and they come up with a conclusion that they can share with other scientists. This process helps to train the brain to think in a logical manner. It helps them to approach a problem step by step, to break it down into a concept by concept until we figure out what's really going on behind them. So as homeschoolers, we have the privilege of sharing this amazing subject with our students, science. We have the chance to make science enjoyable and not intimidating. We get to explode volcanoes. We get to go out in nature and observe what's going on. And we get to make science exciting instead of, look at that formula, I have to balance it. We get to start off making science the best part of our week. We have the opportunity to ignite a passion in our students to learn more about the world around them. We can teach them what's going on when they see the bee flying. How can it fly? It shouldn't fly. It's too fat. So how do we do this? Can we use physics to explain why the bee can fly? Why can we see all these things that are going around us and what's going on, and we can ignite this passion in our students to learn more about it, which is really what we want to do as homeschool teachers anyways. We want to, or as educators, we want to ignite this passion in our students to learn more. And we can do that through science, through hands-on experiences that lead them to want to read and learn more about the subject. And we have the freedom to use this subject to exercise the logical side of their brains. So not only do we have to learn about logic and math or even teach logic as a separate subject, but we can incorporate logic into our science studies and teach our children to actually look at something and think and process and learn what's going on behind there and then draw a conclusion. It's a process that takes years to develop, and science can be a part of really training our children to think logically and to want to learn more. So I trust that by now I've made the case for the importance of teaching science in your home. Over the next couple episodes, we're going to talk about some of the common problems I hear about teaching science. Things like experiments are messy, or I don't have any experience with teaching science, or I don't have a fully stocked lab. How can I effectively teach that subject? We'll cover these hurdles and give you tips to get to teaching science in your home. See you next time. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Elemental Science Show. In addition to these great tips, we also offer a full line of easy-to-use science plans for your home, co-op, or school. Head on over to elementalscience.com to learn more. Thanks for listening.